Got it.
Turn my little intro music on. To see what's going on. You want to hear it? Okay. Welcome to another Big Chuck podcast.
Yeah.
Got the ladies on the show. We asking questions. 15 questions that reveal you're more toxic than you think. So it's 3 women and 2 men talking about being toxic. So you know they gonna blame everything on me. I'm gonna be the toxic one. You know what I mean? So it's a scripture in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all. I'm gonna have her read the scripture because we might catch on fire if I read that goddamn scripture. But how it started off, it says, and while in some causes that questions is prompt from years of gaslighting, other times it's because you're sensing that you may not be as innocent as you think when it comes to being toxic. You want to read the scripture right there? Because I don't. What that say? Galatians. I don't even know what that is. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, church folk. You know what I'm saying?
It's Galatians 3.
Oh, Galatians.
Verses 3 through 5.
Oh.
For if anyone thinks he is something when he is nothing, he deceives himself. But let each one test his own work, and this his reason to boast will be in himself alone and not in his neighbor. For each will have to bear his own load.
Good God Almighty. The truth is, many toxic relationships have more than one person contributing. There's a tango taking place, and it's making for one very ugly dance, is what they're saying.
Yeah.
Do y'all think you believe in that? I don't know. What is it? Galatians? Galatians, you know what I mean? Sorry, you know what I mean? I went to public schools in Washington, D.C., so. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to start off with the first question. You hold on to the paper. You want to read the first question?
Yeah, sure. Question number 1. Do I recognize the areas I need to work on and seek help, or do I quickly defend myself and maybe even blame others?
Anybody want to go on? And then here's a little side note. It can be tempting to defend and deflect, but that will only serve to deteriorate the relationship. So do you recognize the areas you need to work on and seek help?
Yeah, I think I try to recognize the areas. I mean, they're not always easy to recognize. I think for people within themselves, it's not always easy to recognize the areas you need to work on. So sometimes I guess if you see them reflected back, then you can be more aware of what they are. But I feel like when I find an area that I feel like I need to work on, that I try to do.
So we're going to break it down in 2. Well, how many? There's 2 questions in there, right?
Yeah.
So the first one, do I recognize the areas I need to work on and seek help? Me, no. Cause
How
I mean,
toxic of you.
Are you toxic or stubborn?
I'm stubborn. I mean, cause I don't, like I said, like recognize the areas I need to work on. Like I don't know what the fuck I gotta work on. Ain't nobody say you gotta work on that.
And then you always cut them off, and somebody brings that to
I
your
don't do
attention.
that though.
No, I'm gonna say hypothetically.
I just did that. My bad. I just did it. You was talking, I cut you off. Let me go on.
Hypothetically speaking,
Toxic.
and somebody said you need to work on that.
Yeah, I might
Would
need-
you work on that?
Yeah, I need to work on that because I just did it. I just said I don't do that, and I cut you right off.
That's the first thing he said.
Yeah, sure did. But I don't know.
So, AKA, you ain't going to work on it. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying I
There's nothing
don't
to work
recognize the areas that I need to work on
trained.
and seek help. Like who am I supposed to call on? The Lord? We just read Galatians.
Galatians.
Oh, Galatians. You know what I mean? My bad. You know what I mean?
Close.
So we supposed to call on the Lord. Who I'm supposed to seek help from?
That or therapy
Yeah.
or a close friend.
Man,
Within
listen,
yourself.
I ain't paying nobody. Like, sorry, therapist, but I ain't met a sane therapist yet. Every therapist I know, family fucked up. Son in jail, husband a pedophile or some crazy shit. Them motherfuckers be just as fucked up as us, so I'm not listening to them.
All right.
But sometimes those make the best therapists, people who've actually experienced things where they can relate to what the other person potentially may have gone through.
Yeah, but I don't want to be the butt of jokes at they goddamn party. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to talk about what the fuck I'm
had
talking
big
about.
chest
You at the
in my
motherfucking
office.
party. I got this motherfucker that don't listen. This motherfucker said he don't be cutting people. He be cutting me off, and I'm his therapist. Man, no. So I won't.
Hopefully they won't mention any names. You know?
Yeah, I'm not seeking a therapist. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I guess I'm toxic because I'm not seeking a therapist. I'd rather just, go to the liquor store, find an alcoholic, and drink with him, and I talk to him.
That'll be your therapist.
Yeah, I talk to somebody, drinking. Yeah, I sit there and start crying if I get too drunk.
Oh, you get that liquid courage, huh?
Nah, it ain't courage. I just, I
remember
don't cry. I won't cry normally.
Cause
Yeah, the only way I would cry is to be drunk. I can't just
Those
cry.
liquid emotions.
Yeah, I can't just cry. Like, you know what I
it
mean?
hits you when you start drinking.
Yeah, I can't just cry. I'm not built like that to just cry. But I can get drunk and start thinking about shit. And motherfucking tears start running down my eyes and shit. Thinking about Galatations. Anybody else want to go? Would anybody? All right. Do you recognize the areas that you need to work on to seek help?
Yes, I feel like I do. Now I do, but now when I was younger, I mean, you couldn't tell me anything. I would defend it like, oh, you're crazy. Like I'm like, no, I'm not crazy, but in reality, I'm crazy as shit. So another thing I realized, like communication wise, like I'll get like upset about or like get upset or like mad about a situation, or I don't want to talk about it. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave and you enjoy your day. But in the back of my head is so much shit that I just want to say and want to get out. But I decided to do the healthier thing. I work on it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sit here and actually communicate it in a nice way and say how I really feel and how it makes me feel instead of just walking out of here. I'm still about to feel the same way, but not talk to you after this because I'm trying to save my business. So I learned that I'm not a good communicator, but I'm working on it.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
You recognize what you need.
Correct.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
All right. And the second piece, or do I quickly defend myself and maybe even blame others? So if you don't seek help, do you quickly defend yourself? Like I just said, oh, I don't never cut nobody off, and then I cut you off. You know
You
what I
did say
mean?
you weren't going to seek therapy.
Or blame others. Well, my mom used to do that to me all the time, so that's why I do it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I've been known to blame people for some shit.
I'm like, well, if you didn't do that, then I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have felt like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I've
Yeah,
been known to
Tom.
blame. Yeah. So I could say, I might be a little bit toxic when I'm known for blaming motherfuckers. Some shit.
At least you realized it.
Yeah. I will blame some. I mean, but most people ain't gonna tell the truth. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah. You know what I mean?
No good.
It's situations where you'll blame others for not doing something. Like I said, you know what I mean, and especially in a relationship. Well, I don't do that because my last person did something. Like, no, you don't do that because you don't do that. Like, why would it be because of him why you don't do that? Or her why you don't do that? You just don't do it.
Yeah, fair.
So did anybody else defend?
I do.
Thank
I
you.
think because it's like just initially sometimes to have that defensive mechanism is just like you're on guard, right? But to realize that and to actually be able to reflect like how you feel and not to say I did this because you did this, but it's how the person sometimes make you feel, right? Because we're all reactionary, right? Like I react based on how you respond, but to be able to have accountability and recognize your weaknesses or things you need to work on, that shit heavy.
Yes,
like
it is.
it's uncomfortable as fuck.
Yes, it is.
But once you are able to actually realize and not blame other people, be like, oh, yo, I did this because this nigga did this, or I did this because she did this, or like whatever the case may be. Like there's always levels to stuff.
Yes.
But I think like and again, I don't want to generalize, but I think we all like kind of like your first reaction is to defend. You're like, yo, what? Yeah. You made me feel like this. But there's always layers. There's always a reason. But you just got to recognize it and have accountability. And that shit, it feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, you got to be uncomfortable to get comfortable again.
There you go. There you go. I like that.
So y'all would be vulnerable enough to do that?
It's a work in progress.
I'm not that vulnerable yet.
I guess it depends on the person.
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
Yeah, I ain't that trusting.
That's true.
I always think somebody, they gonna use that shit for ammunition. I'm black to the bone. You know what I mean? You tell your girlfriend something, then when she about to leave, that's why your motherfucking ass cried at the Lion King. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to tell everybody. You know what I'm saying? Y'all some dirty motherfuckers when y'all break up, boy. Some hateful motherfuckers. So, yeah, that's why I don't think. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I already know. I seen all y'all eyes start rolling. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tell all that nigga secrets when you ain't fucking with them no more. You know what I mean? The dudes do the same thing. So, yeah, I ain't that trusting yet. So, I don't think I can do that.
That's fair.
All right, I'm going to go to question 2.
All right.
Do I take action to correct my problem areas, or do I justify my behavior, especially if triggered by the other person? Do I take actions to correct my problem areas? No. Or do I justify my behavior, especially, I don't justify my behavior because, you know what I mean, if I'm triggered by the other person. I just do shit. I'm just stuck in my ways. You know what I mean? That's the best way to explain, like, I'm just stuck in my ways. It's like, I'm not changing for no situation. You know what I mean? Like in a relationship. I mean, I don't think I do anything toxic for a relationship, but I'm me. You understand what I'm saying? I think I won't be genuine if I try to, like, come on. I don't see that. I don't see myself doing that. Changing my, because your problem areas is what make you. Like, nobody's perfect. Like,
Nobody's perfect.
you understand what I'm saying? If I was around somebody and I met somebody and they act perfect, I'm leaving. No, hell no. Because when I see the real motherfucker, it ain't gonna be that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be perfect. Everybody got a vice. Everybody does something. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, you man meets a, you know, y'all beautiful. All 3 of y'all beautiful women. You know what I'm saying? But after 6 months, you might feel comfortable enough to fart around your man. And that first one might be terrible.
Really ripped it.
Is what I'm saying. But if y'all together 6, 7, 8 years and you ain't never farted around him, like, what man, like, hold on. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Trying to be
Detail
ladylike.
on that one?
I'm just saying, like, why would you hide? Like, that's a problem. You know you got bad gas. That's a motherfucking problem. So the first 6 months, you know what I mean? We sitting there eating Mexican food, and I'm like, can I go to the bathroom? Like, what type of niggas go to the bathrooms in groups? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We all in there farting, you know what I mean? Because we don't want to, but I'm just saying. Like, nah.
It's your turn to rip it, bro.
Yeah. Like, correct your problem areas. Like, like I said, I don't see. Now, I understand, like, a problem if you hit on women. Okay, you correct that. You know what I'm saying? But if you got somebody and they say something that you don't like, why the fuck wouldn't you speak up? Like, why would you take that with you? I'm going, man, like, the fuck is you talking about? You know what I mean? That's me. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be aggressive or nothing, but I'm gonna ask the question, what are you really talking about? Like, what are we doing here? Yeah. So I don't see that as being a problem area, unless y'all can tell me some problem areas that somebody need to correct in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see it.
I mean, there's no such thing as a perfect relationship, but if you recognize your triggers, like certain things that may remind you of like a bad emotional experience or a bad whatever, I think recognizing your triggers are very important.
Yes.
That way you stay away from that shit, or you learn how to work on, because like it's an ugly world out there. Like, shit's gonna happen.
Yes.
So just to be aware of that and again to work on it. I do feel like it's that old school shit, like, I am who I am. Like, nobody, like, we all fucks with you, Chuck.
Oh yeah.
But like you said, like, we also all know that, like, none of us are here. Like, God always all made us imperfect beings, right?
Yeah.
Like, nobody's perfect, but to recognize, like, there's just things that I need to work on to be a better person. Like, just recognizing it is step number 1.
So I gotta go get a mirror to look in that motherfucker.
You gotta look in that motherfucker. Yup. You gotta look.
Good place to start.
No,
Yeah, it is a very good place to start.
I fuck around, start dancing in the mirror. You know what I mean?
That's
or
therapy.
start talking to myself. In
There
the
you
mirror.
go.
Yeah. No, I talk to myself all the time.
Yeah, that's a good form of therapy.
But yeah, I don't see myself correcting them motherfuckers. So.
Okay.
Well, at least you're honest.
Got it.
Anybody else? Y'all want to say? Do you take actions to correct your problem areas, or do you just justify your behavior, especially if you're triggered by other people?
I feel like so I feel like I'm working on it, because sometimes in certain situations, you know, I can see like, okay, I can need to grow in that area, or okay, why did that really bother me the way it did? I feel like I overthink a lot of different things too, so I kind of have to like work through some of that kind of stuff, because then then you might reflect on something, you be like, okay, that maybe there's an area I need to work on, or maybe not, and I always try. So I think sometimes though, in the moment though, people do kind of get defensive about whatever it is. But if you have the ability to kind of reflect on it and figure out different kind of stuff, then you can kind of learn from it and move forward, opposed to keep on repeating the same thing.
You got anything?
What's the question again?
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Do you take action to correct your problem areas, or do you just justify your behavior, especially if it's triggered by other people?
I feel like people trigger my behavior sometimes. So I could try to like justify it. Like I feel like I give like people a lot of grace automatically, because before I approach any situation, I always ask myself, like, is there something that I could have did, or was there something that like, I said that could have triggered the situation or done? If I feel like there's nothing, then I'm like, yeah, you started this shit. So yeah, you just made me just really just show my ass. So it's your fault.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah. Once I clear it with myself and, I check all the lines that, what, nothing I said, did, or any action made you feel that way, you just did that, then yeah.
I ain't mad at you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to read the third because they talking about God. You know what I mean? Okay. Question number 3.
Do I go to the Lord for godly counsel when my emotions are a mess? Or do I rely upon others to make me feel better, validated, confident, happy? Page turn.
No, flip it. Yep. There you go.
Are understood, etc. So, do I go to the Lord for godly counsel when my emotions are a mess? Or do I rely upon others to make me feel better, validated, confident, happy, or understood?
No, I don't go to the Lord.
All right, so
you know what I mean? I don't go to godly counseling when I'm feeling upset or anything like that. I might say, good Lord, or good God Almighty, or something like that. God help me, you know what I mean? That's it. I don't think I'm going to go to the Lord.
Just call his name and then have
Yeah.
There's
So
no follow-up.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to the Lord. You know what I mean?
Look, I'm like, what's going on, Chuck?
Yeah, I'm not going to the Lord.
Silence.
Yeah.
I was calling your name to get your attention.
Yeah. The counsel when my emotions are a mess. Nah, one time.
Okay.
One time I had to call on the Lord. You know what I mean? That's when my oldest daughter was 18, 19. You know what I'm saying? And her friends, I'm in the bed with the door closed. I'm holding the Bible like, good Lord. You know what I mean? These little girls is thick, boy. I'm like, let me stay away from them, boy. The Lord, help me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a man. I'm like, God damn, how these young girls this goddamn thick, boys. So I did call on the Lord on that. You know what I'm saying? I had to stay in the bedroom all night. Cause that shit didn't make no goddamn sense. Like, these little girls look grown.
They
like,
look grown. They look grown.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, so I was like, let me call on the Lord. You know what I mean? Somebody got to save me.
Get some godly counsel.
Yeah, Lord, that was godly counsel. I'm sitting on the bed. Lord, please help me.
It.
Put something good on TV so I can watch that. You know what I mean? I can't hear him walk. You know what I mean? But I digress.
There you go.
That's the only time I did call on the
Lord.
Lord to deal with my emotions. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I ain't mean to offend y'all, but hey, it is what it is. You know?
Open forum.
Yeah. I didn't touch them. I you know what I mean? I didn't R. Kelly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Totally different.
You get thoughts, thoughts in your mind.
No,
Epstein Island type shit. Go ahead.
Well,
no,
Lord fix it.
I do try to practice that. Not that I'm super religious, but I feel like I'm more spiritual. So like when I'll be in a space, I'll bust down prayer real quick. She gonna blow me. It's my teenager. It's my child. I'm sorry. I'm gonna silence it. It's my child.
She might be calling on the Lord. You know what I mean? She might need counseling. You might want to answer that.
She might need you.
I'm gonna shoot her a text.
All right, she might need some counseling.
I think that just kind of coincides with like reflection. Because like if you don't look within, like you can't, you just gotta, it starts with yourself.
Yes.
So
That's true. Anybody else? Y'all call on the Lord? to deal with your emotions? You call
I
them
do, because there was a time I was real volatile, and he kind of helps me kind of get my thoughts together before I say or do things that I have to repent for later. And so I try to make it a point in my mind not to say or do things that I have to repent for later. And if I can talk to him first, then he can kind of show me what I need to do. When I just go out there and make my own decisions and do what I want to do, then I'll be like, damn.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say I'm professional at it, but I definitely realize when I do it that way, it works out a little better for me.
I go to the Lord. I'll talk about it. I'll pray about it. Then that's really it. I mean, I wouldn't go to anyone else because I feel like more vulnerable that I'm letting you know like my personal business, like my own like personal thoughts and everything. At least with the Lord, I mean, who's it going to tell? You're going to whisper to Chuck and be like, she said this and this and this, Chuck.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That girl is
human
going
will
through
do
it over there, Chuck.
Yeah.
Question 4. Do I assume responsibility for my actions and reactions, or do I think if they would change? So instead of you doing it, you like they need to change, not me. Relying upon the actions of others for your well-being is treading on very thin ice. Is what they're saying. So do I assume responsibility for my actions and reactions? Yes, I assume responsibility for all my actions and reactions.
That's the first yes we got from you.
Yeah, so I don't.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not one of them think they'd change. I mean, I'm gonna stand on whatever I do. So yeah, I assume responsibility for my actions and reactions. So yeah, I would say yes to that.
Same. Yeah, I do. Like I think I try to like have accountability like within reason. So yeah, otherwise I think you're a coward. That's what the fuck I said.
Yes.
And that's what the fuck I meant.
Yes.
Or like, and again, it's about communication with like somebody you care. Like I didn't mean to make you feel this way, but this is what I was thinking. I think it's all about like appropriate word choice. But no, again, it all these questions come back to like accountability and responsibility. Yes. Yeah.
To stand on your toxicity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there, y'all, you assume responsibility for your actions and reactions.
Try.
Yeah, I'm very responsible for my actions.
Yeah.
Even if I'm like so in the wrong, I'm like, yeah, I did that, and I knew I was wrong, but yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
I said it.
I love when you do something, you most likely know if it's right or wrong, and if you don't in that moment, when you reflect back on it, you can be like,
even when I say things, I know that's like some wrong thing to say, and I still will say it like, and I did, and that's some fucked up shit to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll be grown about, I apologize for saying that.
Yeah.
But I did say that.
Yeah.
It's some fucked up shit. I meant it in that moment, but I don't mean it so much now.
Yeah.
But I really meant it.
See that's what I was talking about, fellas. You know what I mean? Like when y'all break up and shit, that's why your aunt got a short arm and her name Billy or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
That's why your aunt been on the crack since the
Then you
80s.
think about it like that was fucked up to say, but you still said they ain't know his aunt had a short arm. You know what I mean? But you was mad, so you said it. Dirty motherfucker. Yeah, dirty motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right. Do I speak the truth in love and allow room for any outcome? So that's like throwing your heart out there and then whatever comes back. No. Or do I get upset when people don't take my advice or suggestions? If you're unable to communicate with love and truth, it's likely that you're expressing yourself in a passive, aggressive manner. I don't believe that shit. Like, unable to communicate with love and truth. So you supposed to tell motherfuckers everything about you off the jump?
No. I think it means like.
So you read it and
like
tell me how you think how that reads, because that sounds like being a simp, what they call a simp. To me.
Do I speak the truth in love and allow room for any outcome, or do I get upset when people don't take my advice or suggestions? If you're unable to communicate with love and truth, it's likely that you're expressing yourself in a passive aggressive manner. So that, I agree with that part. Like sometimes if you're not, because again, delivery is everything. Like you can say something to a person and whether it could just be bad timing, or they could maybe they had a fucked up day. Maybe they're not able to receive it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you're speaking with love and truth, then chances are the delivery is better. Maybe they're able to absorb it. Now, I don't get upset when people don't take my advice or suggestions because most of the people that I deal with are grown ass adults.
Yeah.
And we all know, like, as girlfriends, like 9 chances out of 10, your girlfriend not going to take your motherfucking advice.
Exactly.
She's going to do what she wants to because she's her own person.
Exactly.
And then she has to deal with her own consequences. And
Exactly.
that doesn't upset me.
Yeah.
I mean, you grown.
Yeah.
You know, you can just say your piece and hope that you're able to enlighten them. But at the end of the day, we all make our own fucking choices.
True.
So, I mean.
So what about like me? I don't speak with love and truth. No, not all the time.
What do you speak with?
Cause like, I mean, if I'm in a bad mood, I'm not speaking with love. I'm gonna say it how whatever mood I'm in. If I'm in a bad mood, I'm not thinking, well, what's a lovely way to say this? No, I'm gonna say what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's just me.
Yeah.
And me, I don't think everybody's gonna take my suggestions. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say it. I mean, it's up to you to take it or not. Like, I'm not gonna worry about if you take this. You know what I mean? Suggestions or not. Like, all right. If I already did it and I'm like, I suggest you to do it, and you don't do it, then you might have to go the long way. You can cut right through there and get there, or you can go around. It's up to you to make that decision. You ain't got to take mine. So I ain't one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking with love all the time, love and truth, nah. Because sometimes you can't speak with love and truth. You know what I mean? In situations, you can't tell the truth sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like let's say in relationships, you know what I mean? You and your wife just had a baby. Am I fat? You can't say, yeah, you fat as a motherfucker.
It'll be advice.
I mean, I'm just saying you just had a baby, but yeah,
Right.
you fat as a motherfucker. The truth is, yeah, you fat as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're supposed to say, honey, you're beautiful. So that's what that
Out of love, though. I love the
Out of
fat.
love.
Our baby came out of that fat. So, you know what I mean? That's how you spin it and make it lovely. But
Right.
she don't want to hear that.
Yeah. No.
You know what I mean? Like,
No,
even
she
like
don't.
men. You know what I mean? Like, men having sex. This pussy mine. No. Niggas looking stronger. You know what I mean? Like, what? You know what I mean? So you speak out of love and truth. You hurt his head. Am I tearing it up? No.
No, you're just mediocre.
You understand what I'm saying?
You're mediocre.
Is
dick.
what I'm saying. So a lot of most women just be quiet. They ain't gonna say nothing. Or some of them just lie in a moment. Yeah, daddy. I don't know. But you can't be truthful out of love in a situation like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta lie. I feel you can tell the truth all the time, but a lot of people ain't gonna want to be around you. You know what I'm saying? If you tell the truth all the
it's
time,
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
the truth all the
Trust.
time, boy, ain't nobody gonna want to be around you because they already know. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of people don't like being around people when they get drunk, because when they drunk, they don't got no filter. They start saying the truth. You know what I'm saying? And then that next day they be like, God damn, because they know everybody mad at them because you ask them questions at the wrong time.
No, they hope you don't remember.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you know what I mean? Like I said, it's a time and a place for everything. You ask a motherfucker at the wrong time, you don't really want the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just want to hear them say what you want them to say.
Exactly. So you want him to tell you to make you feel better because maybe you was looking in the mirror and you think you getting chubby. So you gonna go to your significant other, baby, how I look? And if he tell you the truth and you thinking you look, you know what I mean? Some people can't come on. They dive into get depressed.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can't tell the truth all the time. That's just how I feel with that question. I went all the way around the block with it. But
Okay.
you want to read question 6?
Yeah, absolutely. Do I communicate with directness and clarity, or do I expect others to read my mind?
Sometimes. I mean, but I do speak my mind, but sometimes you just, you know what I mean? Yeah, you want somebody to read your mind because, like I said, sometimes you can't say what you want to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You hoping up to, okay, well, I hope she thinking the same way I am. I hope he thinking the same way I am. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be, some people don't want to be the first one to say that uncomfortable shit.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? You going around the block, but you want, okay, I'm saying I'm leading, I'm talking about something, so she must know that I'm talking about sex. That's what you're thinking in your mind. But she like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right. She just want to say it.
You know what I'm saying? like, what are you talking
She
about?
not horny. She
Yes,
hungry.
is what I'm saying. So like I said, sometimes, you can be clear, but you know what I mean? But yeah.
I agree. And I'm working on that.
Yes.
I am recognizing, and I actually just had this conversation with my brother-in-law, like expecting like others, mostly people that I date, to like read my mind. But I also, so like my defense was, if you've been like dealing with somebody for a minute, you should know, like, you went to Dunkin' Donuts and you came back with one motherfucking coffee.
Oh yes.
You
That's
know
a
I
violation.
drank lots of coffee. Like it's just, and again, like, and of course, like I could have spoke up, but like, what if I didn't even know you was going to Dunkin' Donuts?
Exactly.
And then you pull up with that. Like for me, and I don't know if it's because like I'm an overthinker. I just care about people. If I was going, I'd be like, yo, I'm going to Dunkin' Donuts. Yo, Big Chuck, you want something?
Yeah.
Faye, I know you like hash browns. I got you. Want one, two? Like I again, like to me, it's just like the common sense, and a lot of people don't got that shit. A lot of people don't have the capacity to just read the fucking room. Read the room. You know what I mean? But I feel like other than that, just like you, like I do feel like I'm direct, because I was like, me and my sister went to Target today. I was like, we gotta walk this way. Then I go to this aisle, then I do this. And she was like, I don't want to mess up, Tiff. And I said, well, we communicating. I'm telling you exactly what I want. And she, she entertained me, but I was like, damn, like, am I controlling? I got a certain route at the motherfucking Target. I got some shit to work on. Yep. But I feel like I'm direct, but then it's like you said, it's that balance. Like it's certain things you should know about me if you know me.
Yeah, I don't think nothing is
Correct.
straightforward. What about y'all?
I feel like, I don't know if like it's like directness, like you have to like say it, because like closed mouths like don't get fed. So sometimes it's hard to read someone's mind. I could be like trying to like read your mind. Like I'm thinking like the worst shit, and you're over there thinking about a fucking bag of potato chips.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
so it's like harder to read someone's mind, like unless like you're truly like dating them or like them. But like, I don't know. I'd rather someone say it out their mouth, or I'm going to say it out my mouth. That way, it's like a clear message. I'm just not trying to like read the room. I'm getting like the wrong message because it's not like a direct message.
I mean, I feel like I try to be clear and direct, because that's like how else can somebody read your mind? But then there are times that I do feel like, you just assume that people would know certain things. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And so, I guess you have to manage your expectations with such.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want because the next one got godly in it.
Of Galatations.
He said, I can't read that word.
It's no scriptures, y'all. It's no scriptures. It says, do I handle anger in a healthy and godly way, or do I have regular angry outbursts that I blame others for?
I handle anger in a good way, but it ain't godly. Like I don't know how God would handle anger, so I don't know what's godly about handling your anger. Is you know what I mean? So that statement I don't understand, because I don't understand godly. I mean, if you read any Bible, Quran, Torah, you know what I mean, they all went to war. Everybody went to war. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how handling it godly. But I mean, I handle my anger because it's like I said, I come from fighting. You know what I'm saying? It was all boys. My dad had all boys. You know what I'm saying? So we fought all the time. So, but now I'm older. You can't just fly off the handle and punch people now. And then I got shit to lose now.
Right.
So you know what I mean. So I think I handle my anger because I can walk around angry all day and not do nothing.
Yeah.
So but I just don't know the godly way of handling. Maybe y'all can help me with
what's
godly, how you handle anger godly.
No, in a godly way. I feel like what God would pray for them.
Yeah,
Have
that's
dinner
what-
with them. Like
yeah.
I'm not that good. I'm not that nice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand what the
I don't
godly
sound be
way
like you're just busting people across their head or anything like that, or breaking people's shit. But
Yeah. I feel whenever I think about that, I kind of like go to like a church setting, at least in my mind, where like they're like, oh no, I want to act like this didn't happen, or I'm going to be so meek. It's like you're just like a doormat to a certain extent, because then people will treat you however they want to treat you.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, well, it's supposed to be in a godly way. I mean, I don't feel like God wants us to act like a doormat. But that's what I kind of think of when I think of in a godly way. Like you just really don't approach a situation, or you're so soft with the situation that it doesn't really get across, because at the end of the day, you're just going to forgive and everything's going to be fine.
That's true.
Yeah,
Like, I'm going to
no.
forgive Pat for robbing the church. It's okay.
Yeah, it's
Just having a hard month, God would do it.
Yeah. What would
open the church doors back for him to do it again.
What would he do? But he went to the church and whooped the people in the synagogue. So,
but they're all going to forgive him, though.
Yeah.
He'll be right back at the church next week on Sunday.
Yeah, true.
You gotta flip the page now. Yeah. Number 8.
Ooh, shit. Do I handle rejections, disagreements, and disappointment with grace, or do I fall apart?
I handle mine with grace. That's one thing I rejection, disagreement, and all that. I handle, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't show emotions when it come to that. That's one thing I could say that, you know, I was blessed with. You know what I'm saying? I got a poker face when it come to that. I mean, rejection happened. Like I said, when we was young, like I said, it was all boys. We played a game. Like every time we went out in the crew, one of us had to go talk to a girl we thought was cute. You had to. It's your turn. So I was getting rejected on a regular. You understand what I'm saying? And that was being young, so I never really had a problem asking. Like if I'm attracted, I have no problem asking. So rejection happens. Disagreements, you know, I'm not gonna show my hand neither, because like I said, most of the time if it's a disagreement, I'm angry. I'm already ready to punch somebody. So I gotta handle it different. You know what I mean? Because instantly, you know, I don't want him to hit me first, so I'm thinking about hitting him first. So yeah, but I handle it with grace, because I don't really show my emotions like that. So yeah.
What about you? Do you handle rejection, disagreements, and disappointments with grace, or do you fall apart?
Not with grace. I mean, what's the use of falling apart? Because the situation or whatever made me mad is still gonna be the same situation afterwards. Yeah.
That's valid. What about you, Faye?
Yeah, I think I try to handle them with grace. I might fall apart behind the scenes sometimes, depending on what it is, with the people who I trust. But you know, for most situations, at least depending on what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like I would talk to a certain extent. Not everybody can see your poker hand anyway, or your poker face.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's fine, you know, and then let it just be what it is, and like just move on with whatever, you know.
I do not handle rejection very well.
It is not. You're honest with it.
It is not a strength of mine, and like I'm working on it. For example, like I again, like there are certain treatments that perhaps may take place, and then when you don't get it, you be like, "What the fuck? I gotta walk out that door." I'm leaving through this door, nigga. Like, you know, and I just like, yo, like Tiff, like you gotta fall back. Like you don't always have to get, and there's a such thing as pretty girl privilege. Let's be honest, like we're all good looking women. Like it is a thing.
Absolutely.
And when you don't get it, you be like, what the fuck?
Especially if you already done it.
Yeah.
What are you
I'm taking this glass of beer out the store. I don't care. Like, you know, but so I honestly, that is something that I'm working on is being told no, because I'm used to getting my way, and I'm working on it.
You want to go to question now?
Yes. Do I accept constructive criticism and complaints well, or do I need others to tell me what I want to hear?
Both. I accept constructive criticism and complaints. You know what I mean? I mean that come with, if you got anything as an entrepreneur, you gonna get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I handle that. But then sometimes I do want to hear what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? I do need people to tell me what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, I think everybody got a little bit of that in them. Like I you know what I mean? Like some people walk around like I'm the shit. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? If you got that mode, like, you know, I'm somebody, because as being raised, I was always told I was somebody. So I'm not one of them. I've never been one of them dudes that got low self-esteem. I'm not one of them. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you like to hear that. Like, yeah, Chuck, you know what I'm saying? You do your thing. That, you know what I mean? So yeah, I would say that.
Mm-hmm. Well, So yeah, as an entrepreneur as well. I mean, because you're going to hear feedback, and I always tell all my clients, I was like, hey, listen, if you have a problem with something, come to me, tell me, and we'll rectify the situation, opposed to running and telling everybody else. So especially as an entrepreneur, you have to be open to criticism or critiques. You're going to take them as is and kind of move accordingly to whatever it is. Either it's valid or it's not valid. Then you can move according to that. I mean, do we always take it well? Maybe not, depending on what it is. But especially in the industry that I feel like I'm in, then you have to learn how to at least accept it, and then see, okay, maybe what you can do next time. Maybe not didn't work out for this person. But all right, cool. Next time maybe that's something to consider, or maybe that's a question to ask, or whatever. And you kind of can better improve yourself with that kind of stuff, especially in the business world.
I agree with you. Like I work like in like corporate world, like jobs, like from like banking and like currently like dispatching. So it's always like going to be some type of like criticism back, whether it's from like the job you're doing or it's from like someone you're working with, a customer. Like either way, like even when it comes to customers or people who I interact with, like outside of like the workplace, I always tell them like, this is the worst interaction I've had, or I'm going to get you fired. And I always tell them, I appreciate your feedback. These calls are recorded for quality assurance. And my supervisor is going to hear this. So this will be going over on my monthly review and will determine my raise. So I appreciate your feedback. And it'll be the worst shit ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's
yeah.
You don't end it with bitch.
Address, bitch, about to find your ass.
That's the one part we say out here.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's when you got to control it. You know what I'm saying? And my supervisor going to listen to it, bitch. Hang up on that. Next question.
Do I respect others' boundaries, or do I get upset when they don't respect mine?
I respect others. Yeah, I definitely respect boundaries. I definitely do that. You know what I'm saying? And do I get upset when people don't respect mine? Hell yeah. Yeah, I get upset when people don't you know what I mean? I guess I'm toxic. You know what I mean? Because if I got a boundary and you just keep overstepping up, I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to speak up, because why set a boundary if you're just going to let motherfuckers take advantage of it?
Right.
It's not a boundary then.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
If it's something that you stand on, you got to stand on that. Or why you say that's a boundary. I don't do that. And then you do it. So the next thing, people going to keep
doing it.
Yeah. If I broke one boundary, let me see what other boundary I'm going to break.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's just me.
Exactly. I think I do. I know I respect other people's boundaries. Like I grew up with Monique is my mom, and she had a lot of rules. And like that, it was just like, no, this is what it is. Like, these are my boundaries. And of course, as you get older, like I recognize like any like friendship or relationship like has to have boundaries.
Yes.
Like you're not going to have any successful nothing if a person doesn't respect your boundaries and if you don't respect theirs.
Exactly.
So yeah, real important. Do I only get upset when they don't respect mine? No, I get upset both.
Exactly.
So nah.
Yeah. You respect boundaries?
Yeah, I feel respect goes both ways.
Yeah.
Just like how you guys are saying, I totally agree. I'll respect your boundaries, you respect mine, and we'll be fine. If it's out of whack, then we got problems. Yeah.
Agreed. Respecting each other's boundaries. I respect your boundaries if you respect mine. Now, do I get upset when people like don't respect my boundaries? I do. But then it makes me realize like you can't even respect a little boundary. Like you can't respect anything else. So it's enough for me.
Yeah. Do I set boundaries to protect myself, or do I attempt to control others with rules disguised as boundaries?
Yeah, in certain ways. Yeah. I set boundaries to protect myself. I mean, I think that's why everybody sets boundaries, to protect their self. Like I wouldn't set a boundary that doesn't pertain to me. So then it wouldn't be my boundary. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I set a boundary to protect myself. And then I mean, like I said, that's a game you play in a relationship. You try to use, different boundaries to control people. You know what I mean? Like, you meet somebody and you got a foot fetish. You know what I mean? Some dumb shit like that. You know what I mean? Like people try to manipulate that to get what they want in a relationship. So they'll set a boundary, you know what I mean, to try to break down your wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like Muslims, like they say Muslims don't eat pussy. Yes, they do. But that's just a boundary that they say.
Wow.
I'm just
Muslims be saying
saying.
they don't do a lie and will do everything but not eat pork. That's what
Yeah,
kills
but I'm
me.
just-
Well, fuck on Ramadan and all, but will not eat pork.
I'm
That's the
just-
line right
Yeah,
there.
See, we talking godly, so I brought God into it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I would never do that on God. That's what the young niggas say, on God. You know what I mean? And turn around and do the same thing they just said they wouldn't do on God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think people do use boundaries, you know what I mean, to do whatever it said. You know what I mean? To disguise. They disguise boundaries for their well-being. I think people do that.
I agree.
Do I communicate my feelings and concerns quickly and gently, or do I tolerate behavior until I can't take it anymore and then explode or break down? I do.
Definitely the second one.
The second one,
Yeah.
are you tolerate behavior until you can't take it anymore? You fucking explode.
Yeah, nice.
Same.
I'm already keeping a whole
Working on
tally
it.
like on the back end of everything
Right.
you're doing that's already done fucked up and everything. But I'm just waiting for
Right.
the right moment. That's when I take it for you to really tick me off enough. And then boom, I got the dates, the times, the screenshots, all that shit. Of where you had me fucked up at. That I held on to. And then when you explode, they're like, oh my God, like that's crazy. Like you really feel like that? Like I've been felt like that, actually. Yeah. Since you brought it up, let's go back to August 19th at 2:35 in the morning. But I'm also 29, so I don't know. It's like, you know, my age, like that's the reason why I do it. But like, I don't know. I just keep tallies of it the whole time. And then, you know, I'm like, you know what? This is like the major thing that you just did that just made me want to bring all this out. There have been times I put on a slideshow before.
Oh, shit.
I'm no joke. Slideshow.
On the
printed
phone?
it out before. Oh no, on my laptop.
Damn.
A PowerPoint? You did a
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint?
Now
That's when you
now
know
that-
it's officially over.
Now that's
Literally,
creative.
the
You
whole
know what I mean? Hey, sit down, baby, and then I just start scrolling through the motherfucker. That's
First of
new.
all,
But you get your karma in different ways because one time I had somebody get like really upset with me and I went to sleep. I used to take like, you know, like insomnia medicine to like, you know, put you down. I woke up, they had so many screenshots of everything just playing on my phone. Phone unlocked, just playing away. Karma comes back.
karma is real.
Yeah.
Karma is real. Oh my gosh.
So what about you?
I 50-50. Like of course, like if I don't like some shit, like and it depends on the person. Like I would like, yo, I don't like that. Fuck it, put it down. Don't do this. Don't do that. But then I also have learned to like pick and choose, right? Like I don't feel like everything has to be like a in-depth conversation, because it again, a time and a place, but everything doesn't have to be like, it's not my job to always call a motherfucker out on they shit. Like, you know your shit. It's just it's exhausting. So I quit that job. But I again, like I've been doing better. One of my good friends told me that dinner is like the truth. It's best served when it's hot. So don't wait and like stew and shit and like overthink it or like nah, like yo, like, and again, you check in with the person like, yo, can we talk? Is this a good time? Like, you good? Like, listen, like this is on my heart. Like, this is what, you know, I need to get off my chest or whatever. But back in the day, Tiffany, I like, fuck out. Like I'd hold it in. And now like, I'm just trying to be a better person. I'm trying to be a better, you know, daughter, sister, friend, potentially girlfriend. Holla at me. So yeah, damn.
What about you?
Yeah. So I guess I'm the kind of person, like, I'll say, like, especially maybe in the course of a relationship, let's just say, you know, hypothetically speaking, right? So maybe let's say you mention something one time, like, you know, and then you give that person an opportunity to do what they're going to do. If they don't do it, then sometimes you might not say it again, but then it stews to the point where it kind of brews and now it's a big issue, you know? But if the person, when you said it the first time, if they paid attention to it, they corrected the situation, then there's no issue to brew. You know, so I think it kind of can go both ways. Like, I'm not gonna be the person who's like nagging, like, oh, you did, like, every week I'm gonna remind you about the same thing because you keep, you know. I was like, oh, you're not gonna do it? All right, bet. And then the conversation will get quieter and quieter and quieter, you know. And sometimes, depending on the nature of the relationship, there maybe is nothing else to say much more after that. Or depending on the relationship that's like you're constantly in, then at some point you do explode, and now everybody oh damn, then you have your PowerPoint.
Yeah.
So
You got the PowerPoint.
Yeah. Now you got your bulletin list. And
Got the
at that
PowerPoint,
point,
got the papers printed out for you.
it's hard to come back
literally.
from that.
My
opposed
copy and
to-
your copy too. Let's go along with it together.
I am weak.
That's
me,
true.
yeah, I'm not going to express it quickly because I got to think about what I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? Because if I just say it, I'm going to say some ignorant shit. You know what I mean? I got ignorant shit in my mind. So I don't say it quickly, but I don't stew on shit neither. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I come from fighting. So if I stew on it, somebody got to get it. You know what I mean? And I might be at the store and a dude step on my shoes. Now I'm in jail because I've been mad at you for the last month. And he just got it. So I can't do that. I can't hold it in because I'm going to have to take it out on somebody. So I don't hold it in.
Fair.
Do you forgive quickly and extend grace when needed?
No.
Or do you always keep score?
Definitely keep a score. I'm not forgiving.
I ain't forgiving shit.
I remember one time one of my sisters hung me up on a flagpole. Oh my God, literally on a flagpole when I was 9. They put me all the way to the top and I was screaming. I would never let that shit go in my life. I would never forgive them for that.
Yeah.
And I'm 29. That happened when I was 8. That's like 20 something years ago.
Yeah. Me, I don't. Nah, I'm not.
Forgive quickly?
Nah. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to act on it, but I'm one of them motherfuckers that I take score on my mind. I ain't going to say nothing, but I'm going to take, like, okay, you did that. Now I got to do something. I do take score, you know what I mean? But you ain't going to know, but it's like, okay, I'm noticing. And then once it gets past that number in my head, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do.
It's the 20th time.
No, I ain't saying like I'm violent or nothing like that. But I'm definitely gonna try to do something that might get your attention. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not saying that I do that, but like I said, if I had a girl and she kept doing some crazy shit, most likely I'm gonna do some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Especially if it's somebody, okay, I'm gonna stay with her, so you know what I mean, I'm not going nowhere, but I'm gonna match your craziness. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's
All right.
Yeah, that's
Don't
how
fuck
you
with
take
Big
score.
Chuck.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I ain't gonna say like I ain't trying to point out, but I think most people is like that. You know what I mean? Because especially women, because I hear women. You know, I've been doing this podcasting for a minute, and most women said the reason they cheated because they man cheated on them. That's the most of the time. Anytime I hear a girl say she cheated because my man cheated first, so I think it's you taking score. You could have left him.
Yeah.
But you stayed with him and cheated to get back at him, is what I'm saying, when it comes to that situation. So you taking score. Okay, he cheated on you, so I cheated one time. He cheated 2, so I cheated 2. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I hear that from women a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I get that from.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I don't know. Like, I will forgive, but I'm not always quick. It's not always quick. So that's what I'm working on. And I'm better than I used to be. So
God forgives, but I don't.
he does. He does.
So.
Yeah. I saw this shirt. It says, "Pray for me, don't play with me." I think that applies.
Yeah. Like, forgiveness is hard, man.
It is
you know what I mean? Like
hard.
the totally just forgive. Like, nah, once you break that trust, it's hard for me to forgive because I ain't gonna say I ain't rocking with you no more, but I never put you in that situation again. Never.
Yeah.
I'm not forgiving. Like, if you did something, like I trusted you, let's say we was going to fight, and then soon as I got out the car and started fighting, you pull off because it's 5 of them.
Oh, hell no.
You know what I mean?
That's
I'm
pretty
coming
unforgivable.
back.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying. I've seen
Yeah.
people go to fights and then, you know, they man get jumped and they was there. I've seen that.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Those situations, like, you still could be my friend, but I'll never put you in that position.
I even could be my friend after
That-
that.
yeah,
Shit.
that-
That's some serious
Yeah.
shit.
That's really, I mean, you pulled off. Damn.
You know, I mean, I just took that to the,
I mean,
to
that
the
is
10th.
like
But I'm
the
just
all the
saying, I've
way-
seen people get jumped and their friend right there. He ain't throw a boot, no drink on a motherfucker, or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, they cool, but I would just never put him. If I was going to do something like that, he not coming.
People call the
I would
police,
never
no,
forget
nothing,
that.
Hell no.
Yeah, that's
Right.
not going to, like, even with money. Like, you got friends that I've lent money. And then, you know, I asked them, and it's always excuse. You know how black people say, "Oh, you complain about a funky ass $40." Nigga, it wasn't a funky $40 when you asked for it.
Right.
Yeah, it's the concept behind it.
But right then, like I said, I'm not one of them. All right, in my mind, you can have that, but you ain't getting nothing else.
Right.
Like we could be at the motherfucking store. That shit be like, dude, $10.59, nigga. You ain't got 59 cents, nigga. You better put it back. You know what I mean? You burnt, nigga. Oh, badass, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Till I get my 40, you ain't gonna owe me $40 and 59 cents, nigga. You ain't even give me my 40, nigga. Fuck that 59 cents.
Damn, Chuck.
Yeah, I'm just
Jay
saying.
said put that shit back.
Yeah, put it back. My
So
bad.
this kind of goes to the next question. Do I give out of a cheerful heart, or do I give to get, or give out of obligation?
I give out of cheerful heart. You know what I mean? I like in certain situations I like to give. You know what I mean? Because it's like karma. Like I think that's good. Like I said, I'll walk up like half change and then just see somebody like they just don't look like they got it. I just give it to them. Huh? Here's the change. Or I come out the liquor store and just open up, take a beer out. You want a beer? You know what I mean? Just out of for no reason. Like I just like to see people happy. Yeah. So I say it's out of cheerful heart. Like a lot of things I do is somebody will say, "Oh, you need to do paint and sips." I'm gonna do a paint and sip. You know what I mean? The first one might not be a lot, but it usually catch fire. But yeah, I like to do stuff like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I do stuff out of cheerful. I don't do it for a purpose. You know what I mean? Eventually I'm gonna try to turn it into some money. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't do it out of like I did that so y'all owe me.
Give to try to get.
Yeah, no,
You're not that type.
yeah, no, I don't do that.
I give out of a cheerful heart because, like you said, I like to see other people happy.
Yes.
Like it's corny as hell, but Christmas is the most wonderful time of year. Like I like the vibe. I like to see people that I love and care about happy. And if I know they like this certain shirt or toy or whatever, like it makes me feel good. I'm not a give to get type person because again, you can't expect a person to read your mind.
Exactly.
Anything you do should, I feel like, in my opinion, should hopefully be out the kindness of your heart.
Exactly.
So I like to give if I was planning to give it. You know, so I was gonna
If I was planning on giving, I ain't just giving you shit for no reason. You know what I mean?
And I'm like, all right, I see that there's a need or whatever, and I'm like, all right, cool. I feel in my heart that I want to give, and that's perfectly fine. Let's say if somebody says, oh man, I need $100, and I wasn't necessarily planning to give you $100, then I'll say, okay, cool. I need my $100 back.
Sign this promissory note.
Yeah, but I need my $100 back. Maybe I was going to do something with that $100, but now I'm making a sacrifice to give it to you. So then in that case, I expect my $100 back, and I will not forget. Or and sometimes I feel like even that same situation. Let's say maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a child, maybe it's whatever. And they're like, oh, I really need this. And you do give out of obligation because you want to make sure that person's taken care of. Oh, man, they're going to lock you up if you don't come up with $100 and you have your $100 short. All right, I got you. It's maybe not what you were planning to do, but you do give because you want to make sure that person's taken care of and okay. So I feel like depending on the situation, depends on what space that you give from. I feel like it's always best, though, when you can give, when you were planning to give, and you can give from a cheerful heart.
I agree.
Well, that guy that owed me $40 going to jail if he asked me for $40. I ain't giving you a motherfucker.
He better not.
You waiting for that $40 back.
I need my 40, you know what I mean? You going straight to jail. Like, I'm 40 short, or the cops going to come get me. I'm opening the door. Oh, Your Honor, go get him. I ain't giving him the 40.
That $40 real quick. Oh, I got it. I got it.
They'll be trying to call me, bro.
You better. You better.
Let me see real quick.
I'm looking in the house. I see a TV in there. You better pawn some shit. You know what I'm saying? Or they coming to get you. You know what I'm saying? The pawn shop closed at 9.
Go ahead and hit that corner.
Yeah, I need my 40.
40 is
Yeah, I'll pay your bond if you give me that 40, but I don't get that 40.
Right? So go towards your bond.
Yeah, hell no.
Yeah.
You're going straight to jail. That's petty. That's toxic. You know what I'm saying? That's toxic. And you know who you are too if you watching the show. I want my 40. Goddamn it. I ain't bullshitting.
Stop playing. Give him the 40.
Yeah, that's a kind of real story. I want my 40.
It's about to be tax season. It's gonna be $40.
Yeah.
You know you got it.
You know shit. I don't trust no black man that say they're gonna pay you with their taxes. That's the wrong thing to tell me. Just tell me you're gonna pay me with your check. Don't say because you never get your money from the tax money.
Never.
Nobody ever pays back out of the tax. They go splurging as soon as they get their money. I'm a black folks. I'm just saying I'm black to the bone. It might be other ethnicities. I had to pronounce it out. You know what I mean?
did great. You did
Ethnicities,
great.
Yeah, that do that. But
Got
black
a
folks, if they tell you they gonna pay what they goddamn taxes,
They not.
yeah, chalk that up as a
They
loss.
not.
That's a loss.
All right, guys. Last and final question. Do I listen with a goal of understanding, or do I just listen just long enough, if at all, to interject my own thoughts and feelings?
Like kind of like cutting people off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly.
Like, yes, most of the time I listen because I'm listening. Like, because I'm one of them people that I fill out the room. Like, I just let people talk because I kind of gauge people by what they're saying. When they don't think that you're listening, that's when they're saying shit. They're okay. That person that way. That person that way. So. Excuse me, I do listen, but then there's sometimes, like, let's say I'm in a argument or a debate. I'm hearing you, but I'm not hearing you because I got something on my mind I want to say. Like, you just said, you told me let's say we was together. You said you was going to be home at 8. You know what I'm saying? You came home at 9. And then it turned into an argument, right? Now, in the middle of that, I already remember that time you said you was going to the store and you was coming right back, but then you end up going to get your nails done. I already know that, so I ain't hearing shit you said because you mad at me because I came home an hour late. But okay, what about the time when you said you was going to the store and coming right back? I was hungry. I needed the bread from the bread, and now my sandwich. You know what I mean? I ain't get my sandwich because you ain't got your nails done. You was gone for another 2.5 hours. That's what I be thinking. So now I ain't listening no more because you said I was an hour late. So now I'm trying to get mine off. I'm listening to you, but I'm thinking about that time. So yeah, I do both.
Well, I try to listen with the goal of understanding, because that's you. If you're guarded or you think you know the answer, or you think you know how a person is going to respond, you could be wrong, right? Doesn't matter how long y'all been together, or, you know, the goal at any point in time when you're communicating is to effectively listen to the other person.
Yeah.
Or you're not going to get shit out of the conversation if you're thinking about when I got my nails done and I was an hour late, or I said I was coming right back. Like, you know, it's easier said than done, right? But
Super
I mean,
no
super hard, yeah.
No diddy.
No. Super hard. But yeah, I mean, that's how you communicate effectively, is to actually understand and listen effectively just as well.
Agreed. Yeah.
So
Try
y'all
to
do
like
that?
get the goal to like communicate to understand, like, you know, properly. But I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I just hear you say enough just so I can get my point across so you can understand the way I feel.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
working on it though.
That's what
I'm
I'm
starting to
saying.
be like, you know, I understand the way you feel, but I said that like that trait to me to be like, but this is how I feel, and like I really don't give a fuck to understand your point, but I need you to understand mine. But which is like a bad trait, but I really am like working on it. But sometimes at the end you see like, okay, like, you know, like they made like a valid point and everything. If I would have just listened and understood from the beginning, it wouldn't be this problem. But in that moment, I feel like you needed to understand me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
When you gotta breathe hard. You know
you
what I mean?
haven't understand yet. See.
I listen to that breath. You know when you say,
know,
that means you got to get something off your chest.
Yeah. So I feel like I do try to listen to understand, but I think typically for me, this is something I'm working on, because maybe I feel like a conversation probably has the first like 15 seconds to catch my attention, to be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna listen to what it is. Or I'll be like, oh, this is where we going, and then I'll start getting my rebuttal ready, depending
Really some
on
bullshit you have
where
been
I
there.
feel the situation is going, you know. So sometimes I can listen to understand. Sometimes I tune things out, which is something I'm also working on, and sometimes I'm ready with my rebuttal. So it depends on the situation. And I think sometimes it depends on if a situation has been stewing for a minute. You know, if you get a chance and like now all of a sudden, like maybe you didn't address whatever it was in the moment. I mean, I feel like in the moment, sometimes you can listen more to understand sometimes, you know, because it's like, it's fresh and you hear what it is. But then by the time you think about it, you're like, oh, I have my own opinions on this thing now. And so when the person starts to talk, sometimes you can't always hear everything that they are saying, because now you have your own opinion on what you think it's going to go and how you think it's going to say, and this is what I'm going to say back, you know. So I guess it depends on the situation. But in a situation, I feel like as we grow and mature, if we can listen to understand, then that makes things so much better. So
All right. After these questions, how do y'all feel about yourself? Because, I mean, I already knew I got some toxic in me.
You said a lot of no's. You said like,
You got like maybe like
Yeah.
nah,
Already-
50%
yeah.
chance
You
of being
already
you should have had on some
toxic.
questions before
I
I even
already
started
know I got some
reading.
toxic in me. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, some of them questions, you know, man, I was about to get toxic on the goddamn question. You know what I mean? I got to figure out who kept writing about that stuff. So yeah, I think I'm a part toxic, a third, an eighth,
A 10th.
a tenth. No, I don't think
I was
so.
going for the answers that how many times you said no. So I was thinking more like 75%.
God
Oh,
damn.
damn. See, we were showing way more
75.
grace.
I don't know. Maybe you were asking for a
Got
offensive,
him.
but I was based off the how you said no to how many answers.
Yeah.
I mean, like the
You
first
know.
5, he was just straight like down.
Yeah.
No.
And then about
Yeah.
probably about 10 total, maybe.
But I
Yeah.
mean,
No.
read
It's
the
definitely giving like
But
an
that-
older,
that's
stubborn
fair.
man
Nothing
vibe.
wrong with it.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
it say do I. No.
I,
Hell no.
exactly.
That's why I was saying no.
No.
He said no. He said no. As soon as the question asked, he said
I
no.
don't do that. You know what
Nah.
I'm saying? Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
I
So-
ain't mean to judge. I ain't trying to
Nah,
judge.
you
I'm-
can
Listen,
judge.
we don't judge.
I mean, that's what that was the whole purpose. So where you put yours at?
So y'all tell me then, since y'all been hearing me the whole time.
I don't think you too toxic. I mean, I don't know. You give like a quiet, like innocent vibe, but I don't know.
No, she
But
got a
once you
quiet
get that,
toxic.
Be like the
Because she kept
Be
saying
like,
it depends
"Get
on the
your ass, get your
situation.
ass,
You know what I
get your
mean?
ass."
It
That's what,
depends.
you know how many questions she said? It depends on the situation. So she's 75 with me. You know what I mean? Because most of them,
I'm
yeah.
with you. Okay, that's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah, because
That's
it
fair.
depends on the situation and at least 75% of the answers. You know what I mean? So I
It
say,
would depend.
yeah, I go say, oh, it depends. Yeah, so
Right.
yeah, like some draws. Hey. All right, so Tiff, I say 40.
I've been in therapy.
Yeah, 40.
I'm on my healing journey.
Yeah, I would say 40.
I'm not the same OG.
Yeah.
I'm a new Tiff.
Okay, fair.
But yeah, like I've been really working on myself
I
for
see.
like the past couple years, and I do see a lot of growth within myself. But there is still some shit I needs to work
Yeah, that's why I
on.
say 40. That's why I give you
Yeah,
40.
about 40. I
about
appreciate
40.
that. I like it. I
I'll give you
appreciate
about
that.
40.
Yeah.
Michelle, I don't know, that goddamn
PowerPoint.
Yeah, that PowerPoint. You know what I mean? That put you at
PowerPoint
look, that's 75. You with us, 75. Like a PowerPoint. Yeah, the hell yeah. You
It was a
75.
powerful night that night, I tell you.
God damn, a PowerPoint.
That was
Nigga had
some
to
years
come.
ago.
I mean, I would say
Not
like
only
you
they had to
know,
hear
I
your
think
mouth, we had to
100%,
see
but I
it.
brought it down to at least like a 60. But the things I'm toxic about are now like, you know, like, are like my feelings and like, you know, like the way I feel like people carry things or carry me. Like, you know, you just won't do it. But it's not as disrespectful as it was. Like I used to break into air conditioners to get in your house. I don't do none of that no more.
Okay,
Growth.
So if you want to start acting funny, that's cool. Just go about your way and leave me alone. My problem is when they don't want to leave you alone, they keep coming back to you.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Now I'm really about to dog
Them
you.
repeat
to really show you the
offenders.
way it feels.
The
Yeah.
repeat offender.
But people say the fuck away from me. I give myself probably about a 50%.
Yeah.
If they say
Okay,
away.
That's fair. That's fair.
No emotions involved. Just keep it like a regular basic thing. Like I
So
probably
you're trying to
say
say you're
about
less
30.
toxic than we are. Is that what you're saying?
It depends on the level.
It depends.
The level.
Like
range.
some draws.
Do not like
Like
me.
some draws, you know what I mean? Depends, like some
Because
draws.
I literally think I can go from a 20% to a 75%. It just depends.
It
on
depends.
the
I swear which
situation.
nerve you pluck. It can be. It just has to really depend there.
All right, well, we ending this show. Tell people how to get in touch with y'all if you want to tell them how to get in, because it might be a toxic motherfucker watching this bitch. You know what I mean? And then we'll wrap the show up. Anybody want to go first, or you want me to go first? All right, I am your favorite host, Big Chuck the Landlord. You know what I'm saying? Next Saturday, I got a comedy show at the Hub City Comedy Cellar here, where we record at next Saturday. I got the funny D-Lo coming out of Baltimore, man. She's a lesbian, but she's hilarious. So, you know what I mean? $15. Come on. It's BYOB, $15. So, fellas, you can be toxic because it's a cheap date. You know what I mean? You can go to the store, buy the alcohol, and pay $15, $30 for you and her, and then buy the wine and all that from the store. Get somebody to steal it, and then tell her that you paid for it. You know what I mean? That's toxic.
Yeah, you probably someone to steal you buy for $10, $100
You know
bottle.
what I'm saying? And I'll pass it to anybody else. They can say how to get in touch with y'all.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Faye with Blessed Beauty Enterprise. I'm out here in Frederick at my Dar Beauty Bar. Do hair, do braids, do relaxers, color, all that good jazz. You can find me on Facebook at Faye Fe with the accent Emmanuel Emanuel, or on Instagram. I'm not on there often though at Blessed Beauty 808.
You can find me on Instagram. I'm Tiffany. Instagram is sweet 3es _thing lucky number 7. Follow me.
I should do like the chat line. Hey, it's your girl Shelly Shell. It's late night. I'm 5'3", 145 pounds. You can find me on Facebook. I'll be waiting for you.
L.
Tell them about your speech.
I also I did a TED Talk. You can Google me, Tiffany Monet, Monaye. Google me.
All right. And with that being said, we are out.
I waved.
You waved.